All right, this is lecture 3 of semester 3, and this is gonna end off our intermediate course. So as of now, you should have a grasp on a lot of the basics, and we're gonna be getting into add-ons to those basic concepts, such as flipping of the Ken. So I kind of want you guys to just get used to doing this. This is good for juggling, just Ken flips in general, and getting used to seeing the base cup come around and knowing when to catch it. Then we could do like doubles and triples, but we're not going to cover that in the intermediate. So for the intro, we already covered J-stick, but I kind of want to reinforce that a little bit. Instead of it just being an ender, I want you to literally just practice doing this over and over. So airplane, and you don't want to cheat like I'm doing and place it in there and do it, because we want to get 100% at airplanes. So the more you tag along on a trick, so instead of just putting it here and doing an airplane, that's one trick. But the longer lines that we can create, the more consistent we will be with those earlier tricks. And then the last trick will be our hard one that we're trying to land. So we'll get more consistent at those beginning ones, and then learn how to do the final trick of the line. Okay, so after we get the J sticks down, you kind of want to aim for like 40% success rate on most of these tricks. And once you're 2 semesters ahead of the tricks such as big cup, we should be able to get these like 70% of the time. So by the time you're in this semester, you should be able to get base cup, big cup, and small cup about 70% of the time, and as well as the swing spike, spin spike, and the dead hang spike. All right, now going past that, we're gonna go back to Ken flips. So when we talked about having the dead spike, that's gonna be used for juggles like this, as well as the Ken flip, which we use in juggles. And see, I went to big cup to spike, which is a lot of ending for a lot of tricks, before we learn how to go straight to spike. So for practicing Ken flips, we are gonna go, the first trick we're gonna learn for Ken flips is a pull up, Ken flip, and catch on the big cup. Here, I'll do it for you. Catch on the big cup, and you see how the bevel is on the left side right here? This is not ideal. We still want it to be on this vertical axis. For most of these tricks, the landing should be on the vertical axis, and it'll make it easier for follow-ups like that. So, and the way we get used to this is we don't want to do it at this, I mean, we can do it at the same time, but it feels very weird. So we kind of want to pull up. It's almost like a late Ken flip, but we want to pull up slightly first, like get our body moving, and then Ken flip and catch. And we're also still cushioning that big cup and trying our hardest to keep it on that vertical axis or on the very bottom like I did there. That way I could flip right back into spike and then do our ending earth turn. Perfect. So there's other tricks that Ken flip will be used in, such as the advanced ender that we're going to be doing once we get to that semester, which is a whirlwind. So it's an earth turn and a Ken flip at the same time. So we'll throw the earth turn and it lands like that. We're not going to go over that in this semester. It'll be in the next semester as an ending. We're still going to be doing the earth turn to get used to it, and the high earth turns to get used to the whirlwinds, because we're going to have to use a slower earth turn to be able to get the Ken flipped around. All right, so now that we're practicing our Ken flips like this and our pull up Ken flips, this is going to be very hard. Like, this is something that's, it's basically like flipping a hammer, and I don't know how many people have flipped a hammer in their life. It's not natural. So this definitely takes repetition, and it's still difficult to this day for me, but it's definitely an advanced trick. All right, and then for flips from cups, like lighthouse, I'll get it on lighthouse, and it's basically just repeating this motion and getting used to the balance after it lands. Again, the stickier paint will help with this. And then you can go to doubles and triples and on and on. You can really just let your imagination, at this point, you have enough skill to do your own tricks and come up with your own lines and everything. These are kind of just checkpoints for you to be able to do more advanced tricks. So, and then from the previous lecture, we went over lunars, and same thing with lunars. We could do flips, doubles, triples, and on and on. This is one of my favorite tricks. It's really hard to do, but I like doing lunar flip, like single lunar flip to double to triple. All right. So that's the intro to flips. We will be covering more advanced flips such as juggling in the advanced and more in the master's program. So that's it for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture.